This is Emily Haskell presenting on Next Generation Science Standards for EDL 680. All information on Next Generation Science Standards can be found at their website, nextgenscience.org. In 2010, Achieve completed an international benchmark science study. They selected 10 countries based on their strong international performance and the interest of the United States for the purpose of collecting data to inform the development of next generation science standards. And they found some interesting things. First, they found that all 10 countries had integrated science instead of grade level specific courses in grades 6 through 12, that chemistry and physics received the most emphasis. Cross-cutting concepts common to all sciences received attention. They highlighted personal and social significance of life sciences, for example, our impact on global warming, the importance of format to aid in understanding the standards, and providing science access to all subgroups by providing specific guidance. Taking that data from Achieve study, NGSS was developed and formed by focusing on three-dimensional learning, looking at practices, core ideas, and cross-cutting concepts to build a K-12 framework that was developed by the National Research Council. It includes 8 science and engineering practices, 7 cross-cutting concepts, 44 disciplinary core ideas that focus on physical science, life science, earth and space sciences, engineering, technology, and the application of science. Key elements of the next generation data science standards that are relevant for teachers are how the standards are laid out. The first section we have is the performance expectations. It actually says the standard and what the success looks like. It incorporates the specific science practices for that standard, the disciplinary core ideas, and the cross-cutting concepts, and then a connection to Common Core literacy and math standards. The key relevance for administrators is the progression. So on this document, it shows how physical sciences and how they progress throughout the grades. As an administrator, it's impossible to be able to know all K-12 or K-5 science standards. But what's really important is to see the data on how that standard progresses throughout the grade level. So as principals pop in, they can grab a lot of anecdotal data on how students are understanding science based on the sophistication that they should be diving into that specific subject. The key relevance for a technologist is really determining how students show their understanding of NGSS. Currently, there isn't an assessment that's aligned with Next Generation Science Standard. In California, we're still taking the CSTs for science in 5th grade, but we're not teaching those standards. So it's really hard to gauge how well students are doing on NGSS because there isn't an assessment with them. So the technologists really need to know what success looks like and what specific standards need to be measured, and that way we can be able to show how students are doing. Is NGSS being implemented in my current organization? I would say yes, to an extent. Teachers are dabbling in it, but are really wanting a curriculum. If you look at this couple videos, this was taken from last year as a class was looking at engineering, really looking at those engineering standards from NGSS, and they needed to build a bridge to hold so much weight, and they were all given the slide. The first group on the left, they really wanted to focus on making their bridge beautiful, and the one on the right really wanted to make it stable. On the secondary level, last year, a team of teachers and administrators looked at the different pathways of next generation science standards to determine if science should stay grounded by subjects, grouped by subjects, or integrated like NGSS. And it was interesting that they were debating those two concepts, because if you look at Achieve's international benchmarking study, they showed that those 10 countries that they are really focusing on had them integrated. So it's interesting that they would choose not to integrate them and not have them how they're written. The last area is how can FSUSD or my current district use NGSS to advance educational goals? And we really, in our district, we're really focusing on academic conversations or academic discourse and how students are able to talk about their learning and express that. And science definitely, the NGSS opens itself up for that. And the other section that it's really important on NGSS is the data it pulls in regards to Common Core state standards, and it lists specifically what Common Core standards connect with NGSS, so that way everything can be integrated and provide a more holistic approach to education.